Hello and welcome to the Berry Art Museum. This is Art and Yoga. My name is Leah Villanueva. I am a private teacher, yoga instructor, and art enthusiast. So to bring art and yoga to people is an absolute treat. Thank you so much to the Berry Art Museum for having me. Today we are going to highlight this piece right here by Dailey. The name of this glass sculpture is Savoir. So Savoir comes from Dailey's individual series, in which he tries to capture the human essence and characteristics of different people in glass form. This piece in particular is very interesting. It's blown glass, and there are different elements in this sculpture. Some of the glass sculpture here is translucent. Others have interesting color play and movement throughout. In a yogic sense, this piece really speaks to me if you can see the hands. So the hands in Savoir look almost as if they're in prayer pose at heart center. This is one of the common yoga mudras or hand poses that we typically do in flows. So taking inspiration from Savoir, which the definition of that means a sort of savviness or self-assuredness, almost knowing the right thing to say at the right time, the right thing to do at the right time. The theme for today's yoga flow is confidence. And by confidence, what I intend is a healthy sense and self-belief in one's abilities, but also confidence in a greater scheme of life, right? Life off the mat. So that being said, with any yoga flow, you want to make sure that you're cleared and ready to go from your doctor for this practice. Take any modifications that feel right for your body, take any breaks, drink water, and always move to the point where it feels good in your body. You never want to force a pose. All right, looking forward to seeing you on the mat. See you soon.
Hi all, thank you so much for being here today. Let's start in Sukhasana or easy pose. Sit up tall on your mat, cross your shins and bring your opposite ankles under your opposite knees with your feet flexed. If you feel tightness in your hips, place blocks or pillows even under your knees for support. You can also do this against a wall for your comfort. Root your sit bones down to the ground and lift your chest up. Relax your shoulders away from your ears and extend the crown of your head upwards. Your palms can rest on top of your knees, or you can bring your hands to heart center, similar to our featured piece here. Take a few deep breaths to ground ourselves in today's flow. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. Clearing space with each exhalation. Take a few more breaths at your own pace, imagining each inhalation is sending fresh oxygen to the base of your spine, and every exhalation clears out old energy, making way for the new. If your eyes were closed, gently flutter them open. To prepare for the rest of class, let's warm up our wrists. Gently rotate your wrists in both directions. Now place both hands at shoulder height as if you're saying stop. Gently tug back on your right fingertips with your left hand. You should feel a mild stretch in your wrist. Now release. Let's do the same with your left hand. Your right hand gently tugs back on the left fingertips, feeling that gentle yet effective stretch in our forearms and wrists, and release. From Sukhasana, or easy pose, we're going to transition to all fours now. Place your palms and knees securely on the ground, knowing the earth supports you from underneath. This position is called tabletop. If your wrists do not like this, you can make fists with your hands instead, or place your blocks under your wrists for more support. Your core is engaged, so it's like your belly button is being pulled up towards your spine, feeling an activation of stabilizing core muscles all around your trunk. Shoulders are pulled away from your ears and lined up over your wrists, keeping a soft bend in your elbows. Do not lock out your joints. Keep a gentle micro bend in your elbows. Your shins and the tops of your feet are gently pushing down onto the mat, so there's a slight lifting sensation. Inhale to cow pose. Draw your chest forward, drop your belly down with control, and tilt your tailbone to the sky. Exhale, cat pose. Round your upper spine, tuck your chin towards your chest, lengthen your tailbone down. Inhale to cow, shining your heart forward. Exhale to cat, round your upper back. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Now continue the spine wakener for a few more repetitions, adding some organic movement as it calls to you. Throughout this entire flow, be sure to listen to the messages your body sends you. If some circles feel right, go for it. If traditional cat-cow is what's calling to you, do that. Just make sure you do the same thing on both sides for balance. Keep breathing as you do your movement. Now let's begin to make our way back to neutral tabletop position. From here, exhale to child's pose, Balasana. Bring your big toes to touch and keep your knees either together or as wide as your mat. Shift your hips towards your heels, keeping your spine lengthened. Let your forehead come to rest on the mat. You can place a block under your forehead or make a pillow with your fists if that's more comfortable for you. Extend your arms in front of you, and to add more activation, tense your hands up. So let your fingertips rise up as though you have space under your hands and wrists. Enjoy a few breaths here, and whatever thoughts arise, let them come and then let them go. Allow yourself to be present in each moment. Inhale, I am confident. And on the exhale, release any energy that no longer serves you. Just as the ground below supports you in this pose, you are able to support yourself with self-belief and self-confidence. Shift back to tabletop and tuck your toes under. Let's exhale to our first downward facing dog, Adho Mukashvavasana. Be gentle with yourself as this is our first downward facing dog. Press your palms flat into the mat, feet are hip distance apart, tailbone is lifted upward and spine is lengthened. Now bend your knees deeply. Pedal out your down dog. Check in with your body. Are your hands slightly rotated outwards so the dimples of your inner elbows shine forward and your triceps are back? Are your shoulders relaxed away from your ears? Is your core engaged? Again, you can place blocks under your palms if your wrists become a little sensitive to this pose. Marvelous. Keep breathing. Keep going. You got this. If it feels right for you, straighten your legs. Let your heels come to the ground and find stillness here for 3 breaths. If your heels don't quite yet touch the mat, no worries. Keep the bend in your knees. Focus on engaging your core and bringing your chest towards the tops of your thighs. Inhale here. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and take small steps towards the front of your mat. Meet in forward fold. Shift your weight to the balls of your feet. And inhale, halfway lift. Keep a flat back and let the crown of your head shine forward. Be sure to place your hands above or below your kneecap, not on top of them. Exhale, release, forward fold. Grab opposite elbows to ragdoll pose. Allow your head to hang heavy. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Take a deep bend in your knees to further release pressure in your lower back. Still your ragdoll and bend your knees. Roll up one vertebra at a time, letting your head be the last thing to come up. Take your time. Imagine as if you were in a class, you would be the last person to have their head come up. Nice. Now shake it out. Deep breath here. Let's start to flow. With any pose that may not be accessible for you today, feel free to go to child's pose or downward dog. Again, honor your body and your practice wherever it may be today. Inhale, hands extended mountain pose, arms come overhead, shoulders relax away from the ears, pinkies spiral in towards each other. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms and step your feet back. Core is engaged here. Feel free to lower your knees down to the mat for modification. Inhale, shift slightly forward, and exhale, chaturanga. Basically like a yoga push-up. Keep your elbows close to your side body and lower yourself down to the mat. Nice, so strong. Inhale here, low cobra. Zip your big toes and legs together, engaging your inner thighs and legs so much that your kneecaps lift off the mat. Gently lift your chest off the mat, keeping your hands light. Your back muscles are what's lifting you, not your hands. Exhale, lower your chest down. Recoup. Inhale, low cobra again. Push your front hip bones downwards to the mat to allow your chest to lift up, perhaps a little higher than before. And exhale, release. This is a challenging pose, I know, but you got this. Inhale, last time. Keep the low cobra or plant your palms under your shoulders and lift up to upward facing dog. Root through the fronts of your feet so your knees are off the ground. Hold this here and exhale, release. Nice. All right, so from here, shift your hips upwards to downward facing dog. Check in with your alignment. Is your core engaged? Are your shoulders relaxed away from your ears? Cool. Now inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and step or hop to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, hands extended, mountain pose. Round 2 now. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and repeat your mantra or intention for today's flow. Perhaps I can do it calls to you, or I am powerful even. Inhale, arms extend overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, move through your vinyasa of choice, knees down or up, chaturanga to low cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, go to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, hands extended, mountain pose. Round 3, our final round. You know the options for vinyasa, so go with what's right for you. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, vinyasa. Exhale, lower yourself down. Yes, so strong, so strong. Inhale to low cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, travel to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands extended, mountain pose. And exhale, hands to heart center. Very nice. Moving on to our sun B salutation here. Our heat's already built up. We've got this. Let's keep going. Inhale, hands extended, mountain pose. Exhale, high plank. Shift back to downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog. Keep your hips square to the mat. Lift your right leg up, foot flex, leading with your heel. Focus more on your hips squared to the mat rather than how high your right leg will go up. Exhale, right knee to nose. Step your right foot through. Lower your left knee to the mat. Inhale, low crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Hands can come to your hips, tops of your quads, or extended above. Bring your ribcage inwards. Make sure you're not splaying outwards. Your core is engaged, pulling your belly button in towards your spine. Exhale here, palms to the mat. Inhale, tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee off the ground. Keep your left hand on the mat and paint your right hand upwards to the sky, inviting a slight lunge twist. Keep your gaze upward towards your hand, or if this is too much strain on your neck, look down to the mat or look straight ahead. Inhale here, keeping your body so strong from your toes up to the top of your head. You got this. And exhale, lower your right hand down to the mat. Bend your left knee and scoot it forward to meet your right foot in forward fold. Beautiful. Now inhale, root to rise. And going back at it on the other side, exhale, palms come down to the mat, high plank, step back to high plank. Shift your hips back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg, three-legged dog. Keep your hips squared to the mat, lift your left leg up, foot flexed. Again, focus more on your hips being squared to the mat rather than how high your left leg will go. Exhale, left knee to nose, step through. Let your right knee kiss the mat this time. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Lift your torso up. Your hands can come to your hips, tops of your quads, or extended above. Core is engaged, shoulders are relaxed down away from the ears. Exhale, palms to the mat. Inhale, tuck your right toes under this time and lift your right knee off the ground. Keep your right hand on the mat and bring your left hand upwards to the sky for a lunge twist. Same thing, keep your gaze upwards towards your hand, or you can keep your gaze downwards or neutral. Breathe in and out. Breathe in new energy and exhale and release old stagnant energy. Inhale here. Exhale, both palms come down to the mat. Bend your right knee and scoot it to meet your left foot at the top of your mat in a forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands come to your heart center. Now we're going to shift a little bit for our standing series. We're going to turn so that the long side of your mat is now the front. So from here, inhale, star pose. Stretch your arms out wide, shine your heart forward, and allow yourself to take up space. Exhale to goddess pose. Essentially just a strong squat. Keep your weight in your heels. Core is engaged. Sit up tall. Sometimes we have a tendency to lean forward. Sit back so your head and your base of your spine are directly in line with each other. And inhale, rise up to star pose again. Really reach out, let yourself expand. And exhale, sit low once more to goddess pose. So strong. You got this. Inhale, star pose one more time. Now listen for the change. Turn your right toes towards the side of your mat. Let your left foot stay where it is, securely rooting through the knife edge of your left foot, and exhale to warrior two. Bend your right knee strongly so your knee is as close to aligned over your ankle as your body allows. Straighten your arms as if there's one strong beam of energy shining from fingertip to fingertip. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Engage your core and bend strongly to your right knee. Push through your right big toe. You got this. Hold this here. Keep breathing. And inhale, reverse warrior. Flip your right palm upwards and pull upwards and back. Gaze towards the skies or keep your neck neutral and look down. You'll feel a nice elongation along the right side of your body here. Inhale here. Exhale, lower your arms back to warrior two. Straighten your right knee. Reach forward, shifting your hips backwards, and tick-tock your arms now to triangle pose, Trigonosana. This pose engages our entire body. It's such a great core strengthener. It's a tough one, but the benefits are really, really there for us. Firm up your kneecap. Engage your quads so that gives you a nice stable base. Keep your wrist and elbow in line with your shoulder, and reach your bottom arm towards your front heel. If you're using a block, place it at the outside edge of your foot behind it. Take a deep breath in here and exhale. One more inhale. Yes, you can. And exhale. Good work. Inhale, bend into your right knee. Engage your core and lift back up to warrior two. Keep moving back to star pose now, readjusting your right foot as need be. From here, let's take a quick break with wide-legged forward fold. Exhale down, placing your hands on your hips, keeping your back flat and hinging forward from your hips. Let your arms rest on the ground underneath your face, or grab opposite elbows or even interlace your hands behind you for a slight bind. Choose what feels best for you. Inhale here and exhale through the mouth. Inhale here. Bring your hands to your waist and rise up, keeping a slight bend in your knees to support you on your way up. Exhale everything up to this point and let it go. Inhale to star again. Now, same as the other side. We're going to turn our left toes to the side of your mat. Let your right foot stay where it is, securely rooting through the knife edge of your right foot. So securely rooting through your pinky. And exhale to warrior two. Bend your left knee strongly so your knee is as close to as aligned over your ankle as your body allows. You want to make sure your knee's not going all the way over your toes, right? But you want to have a strong bend in your left knee. Straighten your arms again, like there's one strong beam of energy shining from fingertip to fingertip. Relax your shoulders away from your ears, engage your core, and bend strongly into your left knee. We're almost done with class. We're over halfway through. Push through your left big toe. You got this. Take a deep breath in here and exhale through the mouth. Inhale, reverse warrior now. Flip your left palm upwards and pull upwards and back. Gaze towards the skies, feeling a nice stretch along your left side body. Again, you can keep your neck neutral or look down depending what feels best for you. Keep breathing. And exhale, release down to warrior two. Inhale here, straighten your left knee, reach forward with your left fingertips, this time shifting your hips backwards. Tick-tock your arms down to triangle pose once more. Exhale here. We've been here before, so we know this. Again, firm up your kneecaps, keeping our legs nice and engaged for that strong, stable base weight that helps us so much in this pose. Keeping your wrist and elbow in one straight line with your shoulders. Let your bottom arm reach towards your front heel. Again, if you're using a block, place it behind your foot along the outside edge of it. Hold this, engage your core. You are strong, you are capable. Yes, you can. All right, good work. Inhale here, bend into your right knee, engage your core, and lift up to warrior two. Oh, I'm sorry, that was our left knee. Now let's keep it moving back to star pose, readjusting your left foot as need be. And great work, everyone. I know you are doing so good at home or wherever you may be today. From here, we're going to cool down. Now, cool down is just as important as the more active parts of class. It helps us minimize potential injuries. It also just helps our body to recuperate and recover. So I totally highly encourage everyone to give time for cool down. Okay. Now from here, let's face back to the top of our mat. Inhale, arms overhead to hands extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, lower both knees to the mat. Exhale to child's pose, Balasana. Give yourself the most luxurious and indulgent child's pose you've ever given yourself here in this moment. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Inhale deeply and exhale through your mouth. Allow your jaw to release tension. Relax your forehead and any other areas of your face you may be holding tension in. I tend to hold tension in my jaw, so when I drop my mouth open on that exhale, it feels really good for me, and maybe that does for you too. Take one more deep breath in here through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Now from child's pose, gently sit up and bring your feet out in front of you to staff pose. As we're situated here, bend your right knee, keeping the sole of your right foot on the mat and your left leg straightened and left foot flexed in front of you. Inhale, sit up tall here, root down through your sit bones, and exhale, twist towards your left side. Let your left arm support you on the mat as your right elbow rests on the inside of your right knee. Sit up tall, broaden through the collarbones, inhale deeply and exhale. Slowly, on your own time, coming back to center. With any twist, remember you're twisting from your center, from your core, so you never want to force the twist, right? All right, now let's straighten your right leg and bend your left leg now, and inhale deeply. Exhale, twist over to the other side now. Again, rotating from your core, from your trunk, and rest your left elbow on the inside of your left knee. As we do this, you can push yourself deeper if that feels comfortable for you into this twist. Or if you're content where you are, do that. Again, always doing what's right for your body. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. Slowly release to center. Now, as you're here in center, sitting tall, make sure it's as if someone is pulling you upwards from the top of your head, right? Now your hands can be placed on the mat to support you, whatever feels best for you, bending your knees, whatever you choose to do, slowly, carefully lower yourself down to your back. I find it helps when I engage my core and I lower myself down one vertebra at a time, or you may choose to lower your elbows down and go that route. Now that we're on our backs, let's inhale our knees to our chests and exhale to happy baby. Bring your knees wider than your side bodies and grab your hamstrings or the soles of your feet. You can use a strap or towel here to help find this pose as well. Feel your lower back grounding into the mat as you push your feet upwards and push your hands down. Gently rock side to side if you like. Feel free to add a gentle smile to your face. Happy baby always makes me smile for some reason, so I just really enjoy this pose and hope you do as well. Now let's bring your knees back to center and exhale. Lower both knees to the left for one last cleansing twist, ridding ourselves of any excess heat we've built up. Keep your right shoulder on the ground as your knees go towards the left. Make sure your hips are stacked on top of each other as well. Look upwards to the sky or turn your head if that feels good for you. Inhale, knees to center. Exhale, knees to the right side this time. Same as before. Hips are stacked one over each other. Left shoulder blade is down on the mat. You can gaze over towards your left side or gaze upwards to the sky, your choice. Inhale your knees back to center. Now here, tighten every muscle in your body, including your face muscles, and lift your head and shoulders off the mat, making yourself into a tight, tight ball. Squeeze, squeeze tight, and release, letting everything go. Welcome to Shavasana. You did it. In Shavasana, allow yourself a few moments of rest. Whatever thoughts arise, let them come and let them go. Focus on your breathing or focus on nothing at all. This is where the real yoga and transformation begins. Stay here for a few moments. I will lead you out of this when the time comes. If you're ready to move on with your day, deepen your inhales and exhales. Invite some gentle movement to your toes and fingertips. Slowly start to circle your ankles and wrists. Extend your arms overhead for a proper good morning stretch or a good evening or good afternoon stretch, depending on when you're doing this practice. Choose one side to roll onto in a fetal position. Either one works just fine. And gently push yourself up back to easy pose, Sukhasana, just as we were in the beginning of class. Sit up tall. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or gently open them, keeping a soft gaze. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy and time to enjoy Savoir, Faire by Dailey and to practice yoga together. I appreciate you. With one deep inhale, lift your arms overhead. Let your hands pass through your third eye to your heart center. I thank you, and I welcome you to come visit the museum, see this artwork in person, and join us again next week for another episode, I guess you could say, of yoga and art at the Barrie Art Museum. I thank you again. Namaste.